Ever wanted to give your photos an artistic, retro vibe? The halftone effect is a fun and stylish way to transform your images into something straight out of the avant-garde galleries. And in this Photoshop tutorial, I will walk you step by step through creating the halftone look. No design skill are needed. Let's start by opening an image in Photoshop that you want to apply the halftone effect to. This can be any photo or design that you want to give an artistic retro look. Once your image is open in Photoshop, we need to remove the color and make it black and white. To do this, add a new black and white adjustment layer by simply going to Layer, finding New Adjustment Layer, and then choosing black and white. This will automatically convert your images to black and white. Now we have a good black and white image to work with. The next step is to add a 50% gray layer that we will apply the halftone pattern to. So to do this, you need to click on the new layer icon, which will be added a new layer above your image layer. Then go to the edit and click on the fill option. In the next step, you need to set the contents to 50% gray. Click OK to fill this new layer with a solid 50% gray color. In the next step, we need to apply filters to this gray layer in a non-destructive way. So let's convert it into a smart object. To do this, right-click on the gray layer in the Layers panel and choose Convert to Smart Object. This will allow us to edit the filters at any time. And here comes the fun part. Go to Filter and open the Filter gallery. In the Filter gallery, select the Sketch category and choose the Halftone Pattern filter. This is where you can customize the dot pattern that makes up the halftone effect. In the halftone pattern settings, you can adjust the size of the dots, the contrast, which controls the darkness of the dots, and the pattern, which includes options like dots, lines, or circles. I recommend staying with the dot size around 4 or 6 and setting the contrast to 0. Play around with the different settings to see the effect. Once you have the halftone pattern configured how you want, click OK to apply it to the 50% gray layer. Now you have a cool halftone texture, but we want to make it look more grungy and rough. To do this, click on the new layer icon again to add another new layer above the halftone layer. Just stay in the fill gallery and choose the torn edges option. Once selected, set the smoothness to 13 or 14 and set the contrast to 0 or 1. At this point, your image should look very rough and distorted. To make the halftone pattern show through, change the blending mode of the halftone layer to hard mix. You can also lower the opacity of this layer to let the image underneath show through more. But now, let's add more fun effect to give a cool, swirly look to the dots. With the halftone layer still selected, go to the filter, find Distort, and select the Twirl option. Here, adjust the angle and radius settings to twist and swirl the dots into interesting patterns. And that is it. With just a few filters and adjustments, you can create a unique halftone effect to your images. The combination of the dotted pattern, torn edges, and swirl distortion results in a retro, artsy style. Let me know if you need any clarification of these steps. I'm always happy to provide more details on using Photoshop filters and effects to create artistic styles. There are so many possibilities you can achieve with smart objects, blend modes, and distorting filters in Photoshop. So I hope this tutorial gives you a solid foundation for making your own cool halftone artwork. Feel free to tweak the settings and try combining the halftone effect with other filters for unique results. Please reach out if you have any other Photoshop techniques you want me to cover in the future tutorials.